So we'll talk about Power BI from today onwards. So yesterday we discussed about introduction part of data analytics, data science, and what are the different kind of technologies we are going to be using in data analytics, and different kind of technologies, data science. All these things we done so far. Now we start with the Power BI. See what Power BI is. Power BI is Microsoft data visualization tool to visualize data. So Power BI is not only visualize data. Power BI can able to gather data and clean data, model data, and visualize data. And one more thing, send reports also. So these are the different kind of things Power BI can do. So before entering into the Power BI, we have to understand a concept called ETL. What is a concept called ETL? ETL is something like extract, transform, T means transform, and L means load. Extract, transform, load. So before Power BI, there are some different kind of technologies like MSBI. So MSBI, and one more thing is Informatica and Abinshow. So like this, there are multiple tools which are going to be already available for ETL. There are multiple kind of ETL tools which are going to be available. But now what Power BI can do, Power BI is going to be doing ETL in the part of the visualization also. So before entering into the Power BI, we have to understand what is the meaning of ETL here. ETL is something like extract, transform, load. Extract means extracting data from multiple sources. Extracting data from multiple sources. Transform data is nothing but remove unwanted data. Remove unwanted data. And prepare data as we require. That is something like a transformation. Load means load into the tool for visualization. Load into the tool for visualization. So extract data, transform data, load data. There are three things which are going to be involving in the Power BI. So let us go with the official website Power BI. So how the Power BI can be. Power BI official website. I'm just entering into the Power BI official website. Just enter the Power BI official website here. Microsoft.com Power BI platform. So about this platform, we need to understand something. Power BI have nowadays, Power BI have a lot of capabilities. Now the latest tool in the Power BI is Power BI in Fabric. Power BI Pro is also there. Copilot in Microsoft Fabric. Multiple things are available. If you want, you can go with the documentation also. So let us go for the documentation. Resources, can you see the resources here? When you go to the Power BI Learn, this is the official documentation for the Power BI. Power BI Learn is the official documentation. Let me give the thing here. This is the official documentation for learning the Power BI. From the documentation, you can able to learn. And here, start see training collections. Okay, so browse all Power BI learning paths. Browse all learning Power BI paths. So there are multiple sources which are going to be available to learn Power BI, to watch the Power BI content, all these things. Let us try to explore all these things. There are 117 results are available. So this is the documentation get started building with Power BI. discover data analytics or analysis, collaborate with colleagues, staff, PCL teams with Microsoft Teams, get data with Power BI desktop, explore fundamentals of visualization, get started with the Microsoft data analysis analytics. So there are multiple modules which are going to be available. Multiple modules which are going to be available. So what is your role? Based on your role, the subject is going to be available. So the levels you can see here. The levels you can see here. Level is beginner, level is intermediate, and level is advanced. For example, if I choose the beginner level, you can find out the document 36 results are available at the beginner level. So what are these 36 results? The first one, get started or get building with the Power BI. So maybe this is the document. Maybe this is the document, how the Power BI will be. What is the introduction? Use Power BI, building blocks of the Power BI. Tour and use with the Power BI service, and the knowledge check summary. So this is simple document where you can able to understand how Power BI is going to be available. Learning objective, how Power BI services and their application together explore Power BI, make business more efficient, how to create compelling visuals and reports. So let us start the documentation. If I start the documentation, you can see introduction. Microsoft Power BI is a complete reporting solution that offers data preparation, data visualization, distribution, and management through development tools and an online platform. Power BI can scale from the single reports using with the single data source to report requiring complex data modeling. So you can see this is the documentation. This is the simple definition for the Power BI. So I written some definition for the Power BI, a simple definition I written here, but you will be finding a original definition from the documentation. What is the exact definition for the Power BI I am writing here? This is the exact definition from documentation for Power BI. Power BI is a complete reporting solution that offers data preparation, data visualization, distribution, and management through development tools and online platform. Power BI can scale from simple reports using with the single data source to reports requiring complex data modeling, consistent things. Using Power BI to create visually stunning interactive reports to serve as the analytics decision engine behind group projects, divisions, or entire organization. One more thing, Power BI is an essential tool to data analytics to their organization. However, all the data professionals benefit from the understanding how Power BI works to explore and present data insights within the organizations. For every organization, visualization report is very, very important. Given it is a small scale application, small scale business, medium scale business, or larger scale business, every business needed Power BI. Every business needed data analytics. Without data analytics, they cannot able to take a decision. Without data analytics, they cannot able to take a decision in the real time. So data analytics is playing a major role in the business success. In the business success, data analytics plays major role. Okay, let me try to explore what are the different kind of benefits using with the data analytics. So data analytics benefits. What are the different kind of benefits you can able to find out? Okay, let me check the few major benefits. What are the benefits with data analytics? You can find some most important benefits from the different kind of sources. So what are the different kind of benefits you can able to understand? Benefits of data analytics. You can see this features. These are the features for the data analytics benefits. Let me walk with the benefits of the data analytics. What are the different kind of benefits? The first benefit is personalized customer experience, better decision making, customer retention and loyalty, improved work efficiency, streamlined operations, fraud detection and risk management, cost reduction and financial optimization, competitive advantage enhanced security models. See, all these are major benefits of data analytics. All these are benefits of data analytics. Please try to remember. These are the advantages of data analytics. And here I already discussed about the definition of the Power BI, definition for the Power BI official documentation, and benefits of data analytics. And now let us move to the Power BI. What are the different kind of modules we are going to be covering with the Power BI? Power BI divided into the different kind of modules. The one is Power BI desktop. The first one is Power BI desktop. This is on premises. This is on premises, open source. Open source, nothing but free. You can download Power BI desktop freely. You don't need not to pay money for this. The one is Power BI desktop. We have to learn. After that, we have to learn Power Query. We need to learn the second thing is Power Query. Power Query is also very important to learn with Power BI. The first one is Power BI desktop. Second thing is Power Query. And one more thing is Power DAX. DAX. What is the meaning of DAX? Data analytical expressions. DAX means data analytical expressions. So simple queries. Simple queries. Simple queries we can write using with the DAX. Okay, there is a one more thing. The fourth one is Power View. Sorry, Power View. The first one is Power BI desktop. The second thing is in the Power BI desktop, you can able to work with the Power Query using with the DAX and Power View, all these things. And finally, there is a one more important tool which is going to be available in the Power BI, that is a Power BI service. And this is the online platform. This is the online platform and you have to purchase it. This is not open source. Not open source. So monthly subscription we have to take for the Power BI service. So why Power BI service is basically using for? Why Power BI service basically using for? To send reports. To send reports for customers. What is a Power View? What Power View can do? What Power View can do? Visualize. Visualize and display data. Visualize and display data using with the dashboards or graphs. Okay, so what is a DAX? DAX is something like a querying, a data modeling. Data modeling. We can do data modeling using with the DAX. What Power Query can do? Power Query. Using with Power Query, what we can do? Data cleaning process. So this topic is called data wrangling. This topic is called data wrangling. Data wrangling. Data cleaning process, data wrangling process you can do with the Power Query. Data modeling process you can do with the DAX, data analytical expressions, simple queries or complex queries, whatever you want, you can write it. What Power View can do? Visualize and display the data, dashboards, graphs and all. One is the Power BI service, that is the online platform where you can submit your dashboards to the particular customer or client, whatever it may be. So here, diagrammatic picture I will explain how the Power BI can work. Diagrammatic representation. Data is available in the multiple sources. Data is available in the multiple sources, multiple databases or multiple Excel sheets, whatever it may be. For example, data is available in Excel. Data is available in the Excel format. Data is available in the JSON format. Data is available in the DB. Data is available in the NoSQL. Or data is available in the cloud. Data is available, different kind of sources. Data is available in AWS. Data is available in AWS cloud. Or data may be available in Azure. Or data is going to be available in GCP. Data is going to be available in the multiple platforms. It may be in on-premises, it may be in the cloud. We don't care about it. Data is available from the multiple sources. All these are actually called sources. We are picking the data. We are receiving the data. We are receiving the data and sending to the Power BI desktop and sending to the Power BI. Sending to the Power BI. Receiving the data and sending to the Power BI. Whenever you send the data for the Power BI, so here there are multiple tools which are going to be involving. What are the different kind of tools which are going to be involving in the Power BI? In the Power BI, multiple tools are going to be involving. One is a Power Query, these are DAX operations, and one more thing is Power Query, DAX, Power View. All these concepts are working here. All these concepts are actually taking major role in the Power BI platform. Okay. So from this Power BI, data is going to be sending to the Power BI service. There is a one more platform called Power BI service. Data is sending finally to the Power BI server. Okay, or service, you can call as service. Power BI service. We can serve the data. We can serve the data for the multiple customers. The customer is available in the mobile, or the customer is available in the laptop. So we can able to send the report for the desktops, or we can able to send the report for the mobiles also. Sending the report, finally sending the report for the user. So user is available in the mobile app, or user is available in the desktop application, wherever the user is available, or user is available in the web application, wherever user is available. We are sending the final report for the users. How many users are there? Millions of users. Millions of users. Based on the requirement, we are going to be serve the data for that particular customer or particular user. So as a Power BI developer, what you have to learn is, first of all, you have to try to understand how to gather the data, how to gather the required reports. So Power BI desktop, in Power Query, data cleaning procedures, you have to understand. Data wrangling procedures, you have to understand. DAX, data analytic expressions, you have to understand. Data modeling techniques, you have to learn here. And after that, in Power View, some visualization topics, visualization techniques, you have to understand. And service, how to serve the data for the customers, you have to understand. So finally, you are going to be learning these topics. Gathering the data, cleaning the data, modeling the data, visualizing the data, at the same time sending reports for the customers. Getting my point? Aisha. Okay, if you want, you can search for Power BI architecture. So you can architecture diagram. So you can see some architecture diagram, how the Power BI is going to be working in real time. Okay, so the architecture, what I drawn now in the notepad, the same architecture which is available. So let me download it, save the image. How to save the image? Save image as, and let me create a new folder. What is the date today? 11/6. I am storing. Here I am creating new folder 11/6. Okay, I am saving the diagram. Power BI architecture. And this also I am saving. Same thing. This and that both are same. into the 11/6 folder and architecture for the Power BI. Okay. Let us try to explore this diagram now. This I don't want. I can just remove it. Okay, go to your folder. Where is your folder I created? So this is our folder I created now. And this is the yesterday class folder. I create a new folder for the yesterday class. And I want to store all the files into the 10/6. Okay. Now open the 11/6, open the architecture. This is some color representation. Colorful representation for the Power BI architecture. Can you see what is happening here? Can you see what is happening here? The first thing is extraction. Data is going to be extracting. So this is the extracting. Extracting means data is going to be preparation from the SQL Server as SAP HANA or Oracle or other databases or Excel sheets, text files, PDF, CSVs, JSON files, whatever it may be. There are multiple kind of sources which are going to be available in the market for data. So first of all, we have to extract the data. First of all, we have to extract the data. So after extraction, transformation is important. I told you already, ETL. What is the meaning of ETL? Extract, transform, load. Load into Power BI. Transform your data, then load into the Power BI. So there is a concept called a data warehouse here. What is the meaning of data warehouse? What is the meaning of warehouse in real time? Normally, what is the meaning of warehouse? You know, factory warehouse. What is the meaning of warehouse? Godown. What godown can contain with? A bulk of products. Store. That is a store for different kind of products. Bulk of products. Bundles of the products which are going to be stored somewhere. Mirchi yard. What is a mirchi yard? Which is a store. Cold storage, something like. So in the same way, whatever the data we are going to be collecting, first of all, we have to store into the warehouse. From the warehouse only, we have to load the data into the Power BI. That warehouse already designed with Power BI. Power BI have already one warehouse inbuilt. Power warehouse. Okay. So in this warehouse, I'm loading the data. From this warehouse, I'm loading the data into the visualization part. In the visualization part, there are multiple kind of dashboards, scoreboards, reportings, all these things we can able to create. After creating your report, after creating your dashboard, finally end of the day, in the business, you have to send this report for the business user. A business user is going to be sitting in the laptop or business user is sitting in the mobile or watching in the mobile, wherever he is available. Wherever he is available, we have to send to the particular customer in the real time. So end-to-end process you have to understand with the Power BI. End-to-end process we have to learn with the Power BI. Okay, this is the basic architecture which is available in the internet. But the same architecture I drawn in the notepad here. Is there any change between that and this? I am actually going with the black and white over here, but that is a realistic way. Okay, so the only one thing I missed it, data warehouse. That is a data warehouse. The transformation is going to be happening here. Data warehouse. Data warehouse. So from the data warehouse, we have to, so here transform, and load into the data warehouse. From the data warehouse, data is going to be loading into the Power BI. From data warehouse, data is loading into the, so this is the exact process. This is the exact process. From the data warehouse, data is loading into the Power BI. So inside the Power BI, there are multiple tools which are going to be available. One is a Power Query. One is a Power Query to clean the data. And one is the DAX to model the data. And one is the Power View to show the data. And Power BI service is the online tool where it can able to serve the data for the multiple customers. All these are actually customers or users. And data is going to be collecting from the Excel sheets, JSON files, databases, NoSQL databases, cloud with AWS, Azure, GCP, SAP, Oracle, whatever it may be. Getting my point very clear? This is the architecture. This is the simple architecture for the Power BI. Aisha, getting understand? Yeah. So let me go to the every architecture is basically same, but I will try to explore multiple architectures. Same thing, but different variations are actually. Okay. Now let us go to the official documentation one more time. Just go to the official documentation. Okay. So go back. After this, use Power BI. Use Power BI in order to create reports. In order to create reports with Power BI, you must first understand the tools necessary. There are three primary components in Power BI. What are the three primary components in Power BI? See, sir, I am following the documentation. I am writing some notes here. This notes is combined with the custom notes, at the same time documentation notes. Documentation notes also I am copying. In order to create reports with Power BI, you must first understand the tools necessary. There are three primary tools which are going to be available. I already told you. And this is the one more tool, Power BI Mobile, for the mobile app sending. Okay, so one is the Power BI desktop, one is the Power BI service, one is the Power BI mobile. Yeah, I will cover Power BI mobile also for the mobile platforms, iOS and Android. And these are the two things. Three things are important. In Power BI desktop, what are the tools we'll cover? Power Query. Power Query we will cover. We will cover DAX. We will cover Power. So these are the major important things you have to understand. Okay. Now come to the documentation one more time. So I will save the notes also. Today's notes is everyday notes I will share. Everyday notes I will share. Don't worry. Yesterday notes also I shared. But today I will collect your email IDs and I will share the notes. Yesterday's and today's. I will keep in the separate folder. So this folder is exclusively for the Power BI, for data analytics or data science, whatever. Okay, come to the next topic. Power BI desktop is the development tool. Let me write down the proper notes. Proper theory is important first. Power BI desktop is the development tool available for data analytics and other report creators, while the Power BI service allows to organize, manage, distribute your reports to the Power BI items. Power BI desktop is available to download free either through Windows Store or directly online. So remember one point, sir. Power BI desktop is available only for the Windows machines, not for the Macs, not for the Linux. Only for download. Only for Windows machines, Windows operating system. If you are having a Windows operating system, you can able to work with. Suppose if you have Mac, if you have Mac or if you have Linux, if you have Mac or if you have Linux operating system, we cannot able to install. We cannot able to install this software. If you want to install the Power BI desktop, definitely Microsoft Windows required. Definitely Microsoft Windows operating system is required. Otherwise, you can go with the Windows Store. You need to purchase the Windows Store. From the Windows Store also you can work. And you need to pay for that, I think so. Okay, that is the one thing. The next thing, come to the, you can access the Power BI service from api.powerbi.com. This is also, we need to purchase every month. Every month renovation is required to serve the things. The end of the classes, whenever I come to the Power BI service, we'll purchase it. We'll purchase for 1 month and we will work on it. That is okay. And Power BI mobile allows. So these are the two documents. These are the two definitions which are going to be available. So take those two also. This is about the Power BI desktop. Let me keep note down. Power BI desktop according to the Power BI desktop and according to the Power BI service. We are trying to understanding the terminologies. We are trying to understanding the techniques, what we are going to be learn in the future classes for today also. Okay. Power BI desktop, Power BI service, Power BI mobile. In Power BI desktop, what are the tools which are going to be available? Power Query, DAX, Power Query, DAX, Power BI. These are the three things which are going to be existing. When you are installing Power BI desktop, automatically you can able to work with Power Query, You can able to work with the DAX. You can able to work with the Power BI. Let's come to the one more thing. So clearly understand this picture. This picture also very, very important for us. Save image 11:6 and PBI. Yeah. So see this picture, guys. See this picture and understand what is happening in this picture. What is happening in this picture? In the Power BI desktop, what is happening? In the Power BI desktop, completely we are designing the things. Completely visualizations are going to be happen. There are multiple buttons, multiple operations which are going to be available. Can you see and observe? Can you see and observe? There are multiple options which are going to be available here, 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 here. We can do perform all kind of operations using with the tools. These are the concepts called tools. We use these tools and we operate the dashboard. We use these tools. We can load the documents. We use these tools. We can operate the document. We can transform the data. We use these tools. You can pick up the visualization. We use these tools. We can decorate the documentation. We can decorate the document. Say there are multiple panes, multiple pages which are going to be available in the Power BI desktop. In the coming class, I will install the Power BI desktop and I will show all the panes, all the parts of the pages on the Power BI desktop. End of the day, we are serving the Power BI. Whatever the dashboard you created here, the dashboard you are serving using with the Power BI service. And for the Power BI mobile, also we can able to serve. So here the dashboard is available like this, and here the dashboard is available like this, and the display is very, very clear. They can able to easily analyze the complete things. They can see the overview, they can see the sales, they can see the profits, they can see the losses, and diagrammatic representation, some card representation, everything which is going to be available in the mobile platform also. This is the exact architecture of the Power BI data analytics part. Getting my point, everyone? Online? Aisha. So clear all the drawings and let's go. Explore the flow of the Power BI. So let's try to understand. This is a common flow when creating reports with the Power BI. First, you start with the Power BI desktop to connect the data and create the report. I already told you. First, you start with the Power BI desktop, connect the data and create the report. Power BI desktop is the first important module you have to learn. And then you publish your report Power BI service and distribute for the multiple customers. We already know about the flow. This is the flow. This also are the notes we have to prepare in our notes. The flow of the Power BI. So as a common flow when creating reports with the Power BI, first you start with the Power BI desktop and connect the data and create the report. Then you publish the report to the Power BI service and distribute to your consumers. The flow of the Power BI is connect the data with Power BI desktop, transform and model the data with Power BI desktop, create the visualization and report with the Power BI desktop, publish your report for the Power BI service, distribute and manage the reports with the Power BI service. The Power BI service also allows you to create a high-level dashboards that drill down to reports and apps, easily group related reports to users in the simple format. Yeah. This is very, very important. What Power BI can do. Okay, the thing is the next building blocks of the Power BI. So what are the building blocks of the Power BI? Create a dashboard, how to create a dashboard. So this notes is very, very important. We try to understand the notes. We try to understand this particular notes. Okay, how to create application, all these things. How to create application, all these things. Just follow the notes. I'm actually not following this particular notes. I will go with the Power BI desktop. Okay, you just read once. Basically, whenever you are learning Power BI, better way is follow the documentation. Follow the documentation. Documentation following is very, very important. Even any course you are learning, you're going to be understanding something from me, and you try to analyze from the documentation. The more subject you can able to learn. 100% subject if you want to learn, you can just follow the documentation. Any subject, not only this. I already told you in Python also you have to follow the documentation. Python official documentation, NumPy official documentation, Pandas official documentation, Matplotlib official documentation. Everywhere official documentation is giving more and more in-depth knowledge. But the class is giving some path. how to learn, where to learn. Okay, so that is the one thing. So come to the browse part. I will give you the exact PDF where Power BI you can able to learn in the coming class, tomorrow class. You can search for Power BI.